Hello. I just wanted to give you information about Taico batteries. I purchased these a year ago from a company called Taico Power. I think out of Shenzhen. I purchased 51.2 volt batteries, 100 ampere hours and 200 ampere hours volt types. But from the first day they arrived, they had problems, unfortunately. I paid a lot of money, almost like 70% cost of what I paid to this Taico Power company. I paid to the shipper, which is their shipper, and before you pay the shipper, you cannot really take it out from the customs. So they cost me a lot of money, and I was really like excited to get these, and after like 4.5 months or 5 months, I got it, and I put it in the tests, my test environment here. Unfortunately, from day one, they all had problems. I bought like one pallet full of them, and unfortunately, in every one of them, at least 1 or 2 cells had problems. They couldn't hold charge. They actually had all kinds of alarms and stuff. And when I checked their BMS information, because they have like logs, they had problems before they shipped. You can actually see that in the data record in the BMS software. Anyways, I actually bought these to use for my customers, for installations, and I wasn't comfortable, so I couldn't comfortably use it. So I just put it in the test cell, and I contacted the company, and I told them that these actually batteries have cell problems and stuff. And amazingly, they actually accepted that the batteries have problems, and they offered me to replace the bad cells. And I said, well, how are we gonna do that? And they said, oh, we're gonna send you new cells, and we're gonna help you to change it. I said, well, I'm sorry, but I purchased these like new, and you are offering me to repair the new company, new cells. How am I gonna do that? I mean, it's not like something simple. It's not really a safe thing to do. And I also paid you like full price. And obviously, before you send it, you haven't checked these, and they have problems. Anyways, I'll show you like in this one. For example, all of them have the same problems. You can see this is a cycle number 31st, and when you go into capacity, you see state of health is 84% at 31st cycle. So all of them had the same problems, unfortunately. Like they are actually state of health is supposed to be 100% at this cycle, because they claim that they have 6,000 cycle life expectancy, but unfortunately, I mean, I'm not that naive that it's gonna make 6,000. But if it makes it like 2,000, 3,000, I would be fine. But this is like at the 31st cycle, it went down to 82. I really throw away my iPhone at 82% state of health. Anyways, I told them I'm not going to accept it. I spent so much money, and I want really like new and working batteries. And then she said, oh, friend, and they always use this friend word. friend, oh, we're gonna help you, we're gonna help you solve problems, we're gonna compensate you, we're gonna do that and that. And they actually delay me like months and months and months. They keep telling stories and oh, they're gonna do it. But unfortunately, nothing materialized. And months of conversation, I finally got really mad, and I told them, well, you are not gonna do anything, obviously. And then and I told them that I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna put these problems in the solar forums, which is very effective. I actually checked those solar forums before I purchased this. I couldn't find any information, so I thought maybe this seemed like a nice company. Anyways, and then they said, oh, friend, we're gonna make it right for you, and why don't we make a discount from your next purchases? And I told them, I'm sorry, but it's, how do you assume that I'm gonna buy anything from you with what that kind of behavior? I don't think I'm going to buy from you again. I actually got mad and I told them, unless you actually refund my money, I'm not gonna be satisfied. And they were really like panicked. I think they said, oh, we are now moving to some other location and blah blah. Again, like delaying tactics. And finally, I decided to do this video so that you guys can actually learn what's going on here. This state of health issue was one problem. Bad sales are another problem. This third problem was, unfortunately, one of these wall types. I took it out from the storage and I wanted to use it in one of our locations so that we can see if it's gonna work out. Anyways, I tried to turn the BMS on. This is the BMS that's on it. The BMS didn't turn on, didn't accept the reset, this didn't even beep. And I contacted the company and they told me that, oh, you know what, you need a 58.4 volt charger to wake it up. And I said, okay, I have this DC power source. I connected to the LEDs, and there was like nothing happening because there were like zero volts on the LEDs from outside. BMS was shut down and completely cut the circuit. And I told them, okay, what am I supposed to do? Seriously, they didn't know what to do, I guess. Finally, I decided to open this up. And when I opened it up, I saw these. I'll show you. You see these? These are not, this blue is not the steel encased battery cells. These are pouch type cells. And the pouch type cells have all kinds of problems. And you see this is bloated. This one is bloated. This one is a little bit bloated. This one also a little bit. And I don't know what's going on underneath it. But obviously, these are not prismatic cells. And I asked the salesperson before I purchased it, are these prismatic cells? They said yes. They use like known brand names, steel encased prismatic cells. Yeah, of course, these are, I'm sure when they connect the pouch, they are prismatic, but these are not prismatic cells. So what you see here, this company claims that they actually build it with prismatic cells. These are not prismatic cells. These are pouch cells, and it has to be manufactured in the factory environment. There is no way that anybody can replace or change it if there is a problem, because there is like a solder beds that they use on these LEDs to connect them. It's like a really large solder beds that they use. Anyways, just optimistic of me, I connected these P minus and positive LED to the charger just to make it work and charge it perhaps in summertime. When I started charging, I charged it until like 21 volts, and I think that 21 volts made this BMS alive. So since I had the BMS, I can see the BMS files inside BMS data logs, and I saw that before they sent me, these cells were 19 volts. So it was broken before they sent it to me. And I told them that, and I sent the file to them, and they actually accepted it. There's problems. I mean, it's very obvious. You cannot really hide any problems with these batteries because everything is in the data logs. Every alarm, every warning, every low voltage, every charge, every discharge, it's just in this log files. And, anyways, in short, I ended up paying for these $16,000. These are actually not in use right now. It's just in the test cell, and it doesn't even feed anything. It just I'm just testing it in these environment, but test failed, obviously. So, in short, I wanted to tell you that just be careful with these Chinese companies. Before they make the sale, they are really nice to you. They are really nice to you, and then unfortunately they trick you into purchase, and there's like most of them don't have any customer service, like reliable customer service. I mean, these guys seem to have good equipment. Like, look at this BMS. It's not a bad BMS, and the material that they use is not bad, but they use pouch cells. I mean, obviously these pouch cells have problems. I mean, it's like nobody uses pouch cells anymore, and this company unfortunately uses it. Anyways, just be careful with these companies, and if you're gonna make a payment, pay over the Alibaba, and if there is a representative in your country, that would be really perfect. Otherwise, you really cannot get any of your money back, or replacement is almost like impossible, because how can you replace these? You cannot send it. The shipment is more than the battery cost. And it's really unsolvable problem with these batteries because of the weight problem. Anyways, just be careful, and if you're gonna buy these, buy from the known companies, and buy over some reliable sources and reliable internet commercial sites. Thank you for listening, and I hope this is gonna help all of you guys. Bye bye.